Remy, let's talk after the Honda, okay, please.
在关系好，妈妈讲 OK 啊。好，拜拜。
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Yesterday on the summer, actually, evening. Remy?
Yes.
Remy?
Yes, I can hear you, Peter.
Yeah, instead of Michael Hampshire, it's Cheryl Evening who do the prayer.
Michael is going to pray?
Cheryl Evening.
Ah, Cheryl Evening. Yes, okay. I got it.
Yes, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
From desk.
Yes, Cheryl Evelyn will pray. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, all brothers and sisters from the heavenly Central America and Caribbean. We are very happy to start this day together as one family under God. Thank you very much for coming and participating in this session 532. My name is Remy Topier. I am from St. Lucia and I will be your moderator today. The host group today, this morning, is the heavenly island of Barbados with the Chombo couple, Gary and Gail Vest. So greetings to all of you, leaders and blessed families, all brothers and sisters who are joining us this morning for Hondoke, and especially those who are joining us for the first time. I'm very happy to see everyone, and let's have a wonderful time for this Hondoke session. Wish you a lot of blessing and grace. And now join me in the opening statement. Today, on the 25th day in the 10th month by the heavenly calendar, in the 10th year of Chongilguk, November 18, 2022, on the daily morning Hondoke session 532, we offer our devotion for the victory of Vision 2027, united as a hopeful holy community. And now let's prepare our hearts to salute and greet our heavenly parents and our true parents. Chongjin Champumonimke, Kyombe, Haro. And now please join me to recite the number 4 of the family pledge. Number 4, our family, the owner of Chongilguk, pledges to build the universal family encompassing heaven and earth, which is the heavenly parents' ideal of creation, and perfect the world of freedom, peace, unity, and happiness by centering on true love. And now it's my pleasure to invite our sister, Cheryl Evelyn, for the opening prayer. Cheryl is a wonderful sister from the heavenly island of Barbados, and she will be giving the opening prayer representing all of us this morning. Cheryl, are you here? Cheryl.
Thank you. Thank you, Remy. Good morning, everyone. Please join me in a short prayer. Good morning to our heavenly parents, true parents. Thank you for allowing us to see another day. Thank you for the countless blessings you give to us without even asking for anything in return. We give thanks for love, life, and lineage. We ask forgiveness for our shortcomings. We're thankful for this day and another day of gathering, and to also share with families, brothers and sisters, ancestors. We're faithful. We pray for internal strength and motivation. Let us continue to pray, thanking you for our true parents and the wonderful work they're doing. And we, as one family under God, may you continue to bless us all. I report all these things in my name, Cheryl and Michael Evening. Bless and your family. I do.
to thank you very much for your warm and heartfelt prayer, Sister Cheryl. And for the reading for Hondoke, we are going to have another Cheryl. Looks like so many sisters are called Cheryl in the heavenly nation of Barbados. Her name is Cheryl Harmshaw, wonderful sister, and she's going to read from the Pyonghwa Young Mother's Speech. Welcome, Cheryl, for the reading. Cheryl Harmshaw.
I am not seeing the reading.
Okay, it's coming. Maybe Eliezer is preparing.
Thank you. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Thank you, Remy, and thank you, Cheryl. It's an honor for me to read today. Korean Peninsula prepared by God. We are now living in the historic time of a great cosmic revolution that will change history, unite the spiritual and physical worlds, and create the ideal kingdom of heaven that God has longed for since the beginning of time. We can no longer postpone or prolong it. Heaven has already proclaimed that January 13, 2013 will be Foundation Day. That day will mark the beginning and genesis of the substantial Chanukuk. That day is now less than a year away. Therefore, it is time for all people to be humbly obedient to heaven's decree. The fateful moment awaits us on this day. We need to devote ourselves completely with a life or death commitment for this remaining year under the guidance of true parents who are carrying out the providence on earth as the substantial representatives of God, the King of Peace. Do you have any idea how much pain God suffered the moment our first ancestors fell, inherited Satan's lineage, and disappeared into darkness? He had created them as his children, investing unreserved devotion for eons. Have you ever even thought about the long, dark tunnel of indemnification our Heavenly Parent has had to go through as he waited and endured tens of thousands of years of heartache so excruciating that his bones cried and his flesh quivered? Have you ever shed even one teardrop for our Heavenly Parent? Ladies and gentlemen, in silence, God has raised and prepared the Korean people for thousands of years. As you well know, God sent his true son, Jesus Christ, to earth 2,000 years ago to save humankind. The outcome, however, was truly a wretched one. The religious leaders and people of the nation who were supposed to receive Jesus as the Messiah and to follow him with absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience, instead allowed him to die on the cross, didn't they? In the end, Jesus accomplished our spiritual salvation, cried out the words, "It is finished," and left this world. John 19:30. Sadly, it took 2,000 years of preparation for his second coming to finally take place on the Korean Peninsula. Throughout their history, the Korean people have worshipped God as the highest and primal ancestor of their forefathers. They called that single being and progenitor of all people the One, meaning God, and served him as the Lord, the creator of night and day. This is why all creation begins from the numbers 1 and 2. Because the Korean people have served God as their original ancestor, interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universally shared values are alive in their spirit and tradition. And thus, they continue to this day. They have continued as a people for more than 5,000 years of history, not once invading or plundering another nation or people. The spirit of benefiting all humanity flows in the veins of the Korean people. Furthermore, the spirit of filial piety, fidelity, and loyalty, the fundamental virtues of human life, are alive and moving in the people of Korea today. The true filial piety shown by Shim Cheong-ho when she was still in the flower of youth, threw herself into the sea, enabling her blind father to regain his sight. This is the standard of filial piety for the Korean people who serve and attend their parents. The profound love and fidelity displayed by Chun Hyang, who risked death rather than break the promise she had made to her husband, is the signpost for the lives of all Korean women. The unbreakable loyalty exhibited by Admiral Yi Sun-shin, who gave his life to save his nation and people despite being forsaken by his king and other leaders, is indeed the pride of the Korean noble spirit. These treasured Korean traditional values are not just matters of historical accident. Based on them, God prepared the Korean people and laid the foundation for the providence to establish the Messiah. Thus, riding on the energy of the Korean Peninsula, the true parents of humankind and the King of Kings could finally appear after receiving the seal of heaven. The era of substantial Chanulguk. Beloved Women's Federation for World Peace members, my fellow women leaders, the path that humanity needs to take now is clear. Why would you hesitate in the face of D-Day that heaven has revealed through true parents? Only a year remains. Heaven's blessings will be with you on your ambitious and busy course. If you view the flow of history from the viewpoint of God's providence, you can see that the changes can be broadly classified into 3 stages. First is the era of worldly matters, that is, a time when materialism took precedence. Next came the era of human affairs, a period dominated by humanism and knowledge with the assumption that God is an aloof creator. However, these eras are transitional. They were eras we needed to undergo in the process of entering the era in which people can rid themselves of their fallen nature, return to their original selves, and live as one united family under God as their Father. The final stage is the era of heavenly affairs. Here, people follow for the sake of living for the sake of others. Each establishes an absolute standard, beginning with the marriage blessing ceremony and internal and external purification. In other words, this is the time of opening the era of Chanulguk, when we can return to the heart of the one true God. Please engrave this in your heart. Once the era of the substantial Chanulguk begins, we will establish the association connecting the spiritual and physical worlds, the central axial position that governs all creation. To put it another way, the spiritual and the physical worlds will connect and substantially unite, and the providence will proceed according to heavenly law and the heavenly way. Elections conducted in a purely secular fashion will disappear from the face of the earth. All people will become one family through cross-cultural and interracial marriages, and we will live in tranquility and prosperity, enjoying true love, peace, and happiness. The day is now right before our eyes. Teaching values and building true families. All of you need to engrave true parents' teachings onto your bones and practice them in your lives. We have no choice. All that is left for us to do is to inherit, succeed, and accomplish the blessing of the opening of the gates to the era of the victorious liberation and perfection of the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. If we do not prepare now, we will surely be left behind. We need to learn from the courage and fortitude of the white-necked cranes that in preparation for winter fly across the Himalayas, which are more than 7,000 meters high. I believe that based on the public laws and principles of the universe, our Women's Federation for World Peace members need to form sound families in accordance with the heavenly way and rightly endow their communities and nations with a special sense of mission. However, I would like to emphasize once again that we must prioritize before anything else is the true family movement based on true love through living for the sake of others, carried out in conjunction with educating for the highest values. Women also have to become standard bearers of the peace movement. Included in the essential mission of this federation are various activities for the reunification of South and North Korea. Women have to play a leading role in bringing about Korea's unification and world peace. This will come by means of education in the thought and the practice of true love. Wars and conflicts arise from selfish motives from which emerge the desire to take others' land, possessions, and the like by force. On the other hand, peace arises from investing oneself for others by giving true love. In the final stage, the era of heavenly affairs in which we are to follow the path of living for the sake of others, the Cold War has ended and new hopes for peace and social justice are spreading across the entire globe at an amazing pace. Those leaders who turn their faces away from the new realities of the world or who refuse to see them will be wiped away by the changes that are sweeping in a tidal wave. I believe the time has now come for us to step forward boldly, embrace our new opportunities, and model the highest values. Beloved Women's Federation for World Peace members and my fellow women's leaders, women are not born just to help or to be protected by men. Rather, we are interdependent individuals who, as the representative of the other half of God's nature, are meant to make men more complete and manly. Centered on the ideal of true love, women are the precious object partners of men's love. In terms of value, men and women are absolute equals. Thus, men and women united through the original love of God's ideal, are created to become completely equal in terms of value. Based on true love, they are to share the right of equal participation, the right to the same rank, and the right of mutual ownership of their possessions. Therefore, men and women do not need to confront or contend with each other, do not need to imitate the characteristics, dispositions, or roles of the other, or to covet them and try to take them by force. Instead, we are to unite as a larger whole, sharing ourselves with one another by giving to the other what we have with true love and thereby completing each other. Now is the moment to rise to the next level. In the 21st century, women, together with men, have to play a major role in world events by serving as the wheels of progress, advancing the construction of a peaceful world. Going beyond the century of power and technology, women will be the central axis in building the century of love and a culture of peace, with our role more important than ever before. Even though the world of today is filled with confusion and chaos, the women's peace movement of this federation, united under God's vision of true love, will soar up to a whole new level based on our achievements of the past 20 years. We need to strengthen our network with global women leaders for the expansion of the worldwide women's peace movement and dedicate ourselves with the conviction that we can purify this world into a beautiful haven of peace wherein God's ideal creation is realized. If we can do so, God's absolute authority and the divine protection and great blessings of the spiritual world will be with us. Let us all walk the path of the true mother, true wife, true daughter, and true woman leader, who can construct a united world overflowing with true freedom, peace, and happiness. Thank you for listening attentively, and may God's blessings be with you and your families in all of your endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sister Cheryl, for this beautiful reading. Precious word of our true mother. And now I'm very happy to welcome our brother Gary Vess from the Vess family. They are Chombo family in Barbados, and they have been working very hard to fulfill their mission of achieving 43 substantial couples in this beautiful island of heavenly Barbados. So Gary is now going to share some words of guidance and inspiration for all of us. Let's welcome Gary with a round of applause.
Thank you. I'd like to share my screen.
Share.
Okay, and then let's see. Maybe it's this one here.
Yeah. Can you see Remy?
Yes. Now make
yeah, I'm trying to
slideshow.
Yes, it's blocked by the little bar here on top here.
What little bar?
No. See this thing here blocking me?
It is?
Yeah, I need to click this thing in.
I know you need to just go here. Just click that.
No, I want to
Make like presentation, please.
Yeah. The bar on top is blocking me.
I think
No, it's okay. Just in the bottom of the presentation, you can make it.
Yes.
No,
one?
the last one.
That one.
That one.
That.
Thank
Click that one.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Yes.
We are a jumbo couple in Barbados. This is a report on our activities and some of our strategies. Not advancing. What's going on?
Oh,
Boy.
oh, I want it changed to the next slide.
Yeah,
Um,
it's not advancing here.
How about this one?
there
There you
you
go. Okay.
We have been working in 3 areas: local church activities, UPF activities, and IAFLP activities. All are interconnected as actions in one area cross over and have an effect in other areas. All activities are pointed in one direction and goal, which is the restoration and blessing of all mankind. Local church activities include prayer and witnessing conditions, local Sunday service, and our regional daily Hundoke service. These are the foundation for everything. We reach out to our local faith leaders and political leaders by visiting their church services or their political events and by setting appointments with them. The goal is to step-by-step educate them about two parents, the divine principle, and the meaning of the blessing. Gail also posts on Facebook, posts information about our activities and upcoming events. If a local minister makes a post, she comments on it in a way to start a relationship with them. We also have a Facebook page called Holy Blessing Ceremony Barbados. We post information on the blessing and marriage in general, and we continue to bless couples individually and also in groups. Also, we take every opportunity to participate in the Great Works province at Cheong Cheong. For our UPF activities, again, we outreach to religious and political leaders. We invite them to be speakers at summits and webinars. Those who don't speak in events are invited to watch the live broadcast. And later we send them the links to the video recordings. We do this for all events like the Rallies of Hope and World Summits. The goal is to have continuous points of contact. We pass on the information to the media in press releases after each event. Here are some of the articles we had in local newspapers. We support the UPF organizations by inviting our contacts to speak on their webinars and vice versa. We've read me a few times here. We've had contacts make video presentations for the World Summits as VIPs. It's empowering to work with all our members in different organizations and nations. Creating ambassadors for peace is another way to develop contacts. For IAFLP, we had our first IAFLP webinar in March of last year. We had 5 current and former First Ladies speak, and it was watched by over 10,000 people. The Washington Times promoted the broadcast worldwide to their media connections. Dr. Julia Moon sent money to give flowers to all the First Ladies in the webinar. You see some pictures there. Our next webinar is on November 26th. We contact First Ladies directly and through groups like SCLAN. Again, we invite First Ladies to speak in a webinar. If they don't speak, we invite them to watch the live event. And later we send them links to the video recordings. You can see here that Gail was the guest speaker in a webinar that featured several of Dr. Yang's contacts. We also raised up First Ladies to become Jane the Baptist. This is Dr. Ann Higgins. She works in the office of the First Lady of the Bahamas and helped the First Lady speak in our first webinar. She gave a presentation for the International Association for Arts and Culture for Peace in the online webinar for Think Tank last January. She also spoke in person in Korea. She has spoken in 2 UPF webinars and she is helping with others. And she will be attending the Divine Principle Workshop today in the Bahamas. So this is Nicola Callender. We met with her in the Lions Club. for our Peace Road Walk in 2016. Let's see. We invited the Barbados Prime Minister. She didn't come, but she sent her representative, Mr. Edmund Hinkson, who spoke at the rally. He's also a member of the Lion Club, it turned out, and received the Ambassadors for Peace Award with several Lions. Later, this couple actually received the blessing. The Lions were later in 3 peace walks. Then recently, Nicola approached us to do something for the UN Day of Peace. We decided to do a webinar together. We brought 2 guest speakers, as she did. One was Dr. Kevin Greenidge, who is the financial advisor to the Prime Minister of Barbados, another possible connection to the Prime Minister. Previously, we invited Premier Patton from the Cayman Islands to go to the World Summit. He couldn't go, but he did a congratulatory video for us, which we sent for the summit. Then one of Nicola's other guests was Mr. DaCosta, who's also a Lion, but also he just happens to be the communications director for the Office of the Premier in the Cayman Islands. So there's many connections, you never know. And then never take anyone for granted. There's an old lady in our neighborhood that Gail met and befriended. As it turns out, she is a cousin of Cardinal Felix of Dominica, who has spoken at many world summits. She's also related to the Prime Minister Scarrett of Dominica. Who else may she be related to? So you never take even the simplest wrinkled old grandmother for granted. Finally, the most important thing is us. We have a mouth, we have feet, and most importantly, we have hearts that love and want to serve God. We may not be educated, we may be poor and humble, we may not look like a movie star, but we have a heart that God can work through. So we encourage everyone to just go out, open our mouths, walk with God, and God will work through us. God has prepared everything. He's just asking us to make effort. With God's amazing things will happen. United together, we can build Chunuguk. Aju.
Ju.
True. Thank you very much, Brother Gary, for this wonderful presentation. Let's give a round of applause for Gary to thank him for this great presentation. Could you stop sharing, Gary?
Have to stop
I
sharing.
know, I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Okay.
Oh.
So
Here.
that was really a great presentation. Feeling is that Heavenly Barbados almost restored. Soon you will be able to rest. So great. Thank you for your hard work there. And
Did we stop screen?
we appreciate really all the brothers and sisters working hard all throughout the region of Central America and the Caribbean. I know that everyone is trying their best, investing their heart and love every day for the restoration of our region. Thank you to Dr. Yang that I see on the screen and Reverend Kim. Thank you for your hard work, always inspiring us to go beyond our limits. Thank you very much. And now I would like to thank all those brothers and sisters who are joining us for the first time. And please feel at home and come again. And I invite everyone now to have a moment of individual prayer. So let's take a few minutes of prayer. Drew. Thank you very much for everyone for participating in this session 532. And especially thank you for our host nation today, the heavenly Barbados, heavenly island of Barbados. And I want to thank you, all of you, for participating. All wish you the best success for your missions. And before, I like to also thank our sister Laura De Laura, who was the translator and always does a wonderful job translating. And I also want to thank our brother Eliezer. Behind the scene, we don't see him, but he's taking care of the technique behind and all the system. He's doing a tremendous work behind the scene. So really, we want to thank Eliezer for all his effort. Thank you very much, brothers and sisters, for your participation this morning, and many blessings today. May God bless all of you, and Hoc Marse for everyone. Have a blessed day. So Eliezer, back to you if you have something to announce.
Thank you very much. Have a
Thank
good
you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
It was wonderful presentation. Thank you, everybody. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Dr. Yang. Reverend Kim.
Yeah, thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Good morning, good morning. Today we're supposed to have a DP workshop in Bahamas. I was on the way, I couldn't enter to Bahamas, but seminar we're going on.
Morning.
Yeah. Let's build a good foundation there.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Hey, Patricia. Morning. All right. Have a good day.
Hey, Reverend Phillips.
Good morning, everyone. Blessings.
Thank you, Gary. Thanks.
Have a good day.
Right.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Sure.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you to you for the reading. God bless you.
Oh yes, I love to read.
Yes,
We love to listen.
Oh, that's nice.
We are happy to listen to your voice.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. Wish everyone a happy day, lovely week, prosperous in everything we do.
All right, Cheryl.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, Joe.